Well, no other way around it. That was terrible. We played terrible. We give SMU credit for playing very well. We get off to a bad start and just continued to kind of like an avalanche, a rock rolling down the hill, never stopped.
Coach, for fans wondering, when you look at this schedule coming up, all ACC games, you got to go to California. Where is there a win to be found?
The first thing for us is to be better at having competitive spirit. Whenever we've hit adversities thus far this year, we haven't reacted the way that we should. We kind of pull apart rather than pull together. And, for us, it's really not about the opponent, it's about ourselves. And we have to continue to be connected, especially on the defensive end of the floor. I thought we had 2 good practices leading into the game. We had good practice Thursday and Friday. But then the game starts and they make some shots and then we kind of hang our heads a little bit. It's tough, especially for guys that are young, to fight through when they haven't seen success. The end of last year and now the beginning of this ACC season, we've struggled so much that the guys start to kind of, think that that's who they are, instead of fighting through and understand that we can't overcome.
This is not the NBA. You can't make a trade. You can't pick up guys on waivers. What do you do to fix this? You have Nigel's injured, and that hurts. So how do you turn this around?
Yeah, that's just what we talked about. We again, these are our guys, no matter what. And we have to figure out a way to get these guys to play better. It's very simple. And again, that starts with competitive spirit and having pride in what you do, especially at the defense end of the floor. I told the guys the other day that we just give up too many easy baskets. Even if you foul a guy, contest him at the rim. We gotta start taking more pride in that and being a little tougher on that end.
Well, on the positive side, Matthew obviously had a huge game. What can you tell the other guys about the effort he put forward, especially in that second half?
Well, he continued to fight, and that's what we talked about at halftime. There was no exit on talk at halftime. He gave up 70+%, and he had 4 total rebounds in the first half.
They were missing.
And more turnovers than rebounds. There's no way to talk about X and O's at that point. It's just about being a competitor. And I thought Matt did a great job of coming out and competing in the second half. I thought we all did. I think, again, we still weren't good defensively, but we competed. And I was very pleased to see that because that's not something we always do. And Matt's maturation, that's the next step for him as a leader to understand. And we actually talked about this morning. When things go bad, he can't hang his head. He's got to kind of rally the troops. I mean, he's the guy that's been in the longest, even though he's only been here a year and a half. So they look to him as an emotional leader, and I thought he did a good job of fighting in the second half.
Offensively, players are growing more and more frustrated, or at least visibly frustrated from what's being seen. Is there a way to get more people involved? It seems like it's only a pick and roll going to Lane Kidd, and once Lane Kidd gets caught in a trap, it's either a turnover, everything just gets stagnant. How can you get other players more involved so they won't feel that frustration?
Yeah, I don't know that it's frustrated that they're not involved. I think it's frustration just because we're not having success. And, again, we've had some games like, at Virginia Tech, here at Wake Forest, where we scored the points and we shared the ball. The main thing that we preach on offense is sharing the ball. When we did that, even tonight, even against Duke in games that we didn't fare so well, we were in good shape. When we get stagnant and we dribble the ball too much, that's when we get ourselves in trouble. We've yet to really play like we do in practice, where we're sharing the ball and everybody's involved and everybody's moving and executing well. And again, that's part of playing against a better defensive team when you're on the floor in the games. Because now Boopy Miller's pressuring guys who've never seen that pressure before. We're playing guys at point guard that are not point guards, and Boopy Miller's terrorizing those guys. So it starts with that, and he just disrupts the whole offense as a point guard. And so that hurts a little bit. But, again, we'll keep preaching share the basketball. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing offensively, is to share the ball.
Very small lineup. Got out rebounded tonight, 36-18. Kyrie Ewing just came back for injury. He's probably the second tallest guy on the team. We're trying to see from him in the future on the boards or anywhere else on the floor.
Yeah, they called a foul on him where he blocked the shot, but that's the first time we've seen that all year, right? The guy come from the weak side of the floor and block the shot, and so that helps us. He plays very hard. He offensive and defensive rebounds. He runs the floor like crazy. Now, he's very rusty right now. He literally was, last week he was just started practice. He's practiced probably like 5 or 6 practices. So he's very rusty. He's trying to figure out the plays, the offense, the defense, all those things. And that's, part of our issue too is all the moving parts. You got guys in and out of the lineup. We just got Divine back tonight. He was obviously very rusty from his time off. And so I think once we're able to get everybody back in their roles, then I think you'll see a better product.
With Nigel, I know you don't know exactly when he's coming back, but is he getting closer, and do you expect him to make the trip to California?
I don't know. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
And with Divine, you touched on it just now, him coming back and being more of a point guard, what did that do for you guys? I know he's a little rusty, as you mentioned, but is that helpful?
Oh, certainly helpful to have Divine on the floor because he's able to create in ball screen situations. He's fast, and he's a pretty good defender. Again, he had some rust on the night, game rust, because again, you're a freshman and you miss that much time, you're going to have a little bit of rust on you, but we'll think he'll get better as this month continues.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.